Okay, so Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, therapist or life coach, let's just let this clip roll. You all need to see this. Let the clip roll, and then we're going to get into this topic.
Practice under a license.
And why
I now I'm in
wouldn't
private practice.
why,
I'm saying, and that's
yeah.
what people don't understand, right? So just to educate some folks a little bit.
Hello, my name is Dr. Raquel Martin. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, professor of sciences, and podcast host who specializes in Black health and well-being. And I want to break down a clip from the Joe Budden podcast featuring someone who presents herself as Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. But before we dive in, I want to make something incredibly clear. Having a doctorate does not mean someone is a licensed mental health professional. You can have a doctorate in literature and be unlicensed, and you are still a doctor. You can have a doctorate in education and hold an LPC, being a licensed professional counselor, and you are a licensed mental health professional, and you are still a doctor, but your doctorate is not in psychology. When evaluating anyone's credentials, it's really critical to look at two things: what their doctorate is actually in, and whether they hold a relevant clinical license. In this case, the person you're about to hear from is unlicensed. I'm going to break down why that matters and why this particular message is harmful, especially to the Black community that she claims to be serving and that I actually serve.
A license is really only needed so you can bill insurance.
That is incredibly misleading.
All right, so I believe that the sister, Dr. Raquel Martin, shout out to her for this clip, this response, breaking it down. I feel like she did an excellent job. The mission here is not to just attack Black women. That is not the goal. But at the same time, we can hold anybody accountable. And I feel like this sister is scamming. I believe that Dr. Cheyenne Bryant is very careful in how she responds to a lot of these things. She's careful with her words. So I decided to go to her website. It gives a little bit of her background. She did attend Cal State University Northridge, the same school that I graduated from. At Cal State Northridge, she graduated with a double degree in psychology and Pan-African studies. From there, she went to the University of Phoenix, pursuing a master's degree. And I believe she left University of Phoenix and went to this other school, Argosy University, where it says on her website, Dr. Bryant decided to pursue her doctorate degree in counseling psychology from this university that now she's saying has shut down. And that she's unable to get her transcripts. No way for her to get proof of her doctorate degree is what she is saying, or her progress toward that doctorate degree. Even on her website, Dr. Bryant decided to pursue her doctorate degree in counseling psychology from Argosy University. It says she decided to pursue. Now, usually in an academic setting, when you're talking to individuals that have graduated, they make it, they're proud of that moment. If you are a PhD, if you have that doctorate degree, you're going to say, I completed my doctoral program at this university, at said university. You're not going to say, well, I decided to pursue this. I decided to pursue that. That sounds like an individual that did not complete what it was they set out to complete. She graduated Cal State Northridge with a double degree in psychology and Pan-African studies. I mentioned earlier, this is the same school that I attended, that I graduated from. At the Black graduation for CSUN as a guest speaker, she did the commencement. That was my first time ever hearing of Dr. Bryant. Throughout the commencement speech, she shared a lot of things with us. And I was kind of just sitting there like, why is she sharing this? How she did what she had to do. She knew she had to do what she had to do in order to get to the point of graduating. And I kind of was sitting there like, okay, how is this going to come full circle and kind of give the graduates some motivation to leave the Black graduation with? And it never came full circle. So I'm kind of just sitting there listening at her tell her life story. Before she came up to the stage, she was kind of just sitting there, on her phone, taking pictures, constantly checking herself to see how she looked. And everything that I got from my first impression of ever knowing who Dr. Cheyenne Bryant was that she was all about display or being seen. I would say like that. She was about being seen, about presenting herself almost as a celebrity status. And there's a difference between those who present themselves as celebrities and those that actually do the work to help serve the people they claim to serve. So, an additional point I will say, I went to her bio to click. I wanted to see where she's offering her life coach. And I do want to say there's a big difference between a therapist and a life coach. A life coach more so helps you with planning your schedule. Do you have a goal that you're striving to achieve? Okay, what steps? How can you achieve this goal? It has nothing to do with clinical therapy. Clinical therapy is completely different. The services that a therapist offer is completely different than a life coach. And in my personal experience, a lot of these individuals in Los Angeles that claim themselves to be life coaches are nothing but scam artists. The same services that they offer, helping you plan out your schedule, a weekly planner, helping you plan to achieve these goals. You can literally ask ChatGPT. You can put it in ChatGPT, Gemini, some of these other AI services, and within 5 seconds, ChatGPT will help you with that same task. The only time I would say I would advocate for a life coach is if somebody wants that personal, where they actually, that personal touch where they actually want to go in and sit down with somebody and talk to them, have them talk to them. If that's the vibe you're going for, yes, get you a life coach. But a lot of these life coaches, especially, I'll say from my experience in Los Angeles, they are scam artists. Went over to her bio on Instagram to click the booking to see what she was charging, because this is another point that I've been seeing come up constantly. So for a 50-minute life coach session, she is charging $350. She claims that she wants to serve the community, those that don't have access to therapy, that don't have access to a therapist, those who need therapy but don't have access to a therapist. And I want to be specific. I want to be clear when I say this. Hopping on a Zoom call with a life coach is not the same as going and meeting with a therapist.
My thoughts on this is, initially when I seen it, I was just trying to understand what was going on, right? Because I've seen her session with Nick Cannon, on YouTube. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I was like, oh, she's legit. She's she does a good job at what she does. She's very articulate. She's a smart woman. Um, so when this came out a few days ago or a week ago or something like that, I was just trying to understand it. So I kind of like looked through multiple videos, like Dr. Raquel Martin's video, and what she meant was really to not do any harm towards her. She was just trying to give out um um knowledge on the what it takes to become a doctor in that field, and that if you are legit, you should show your dissertation. But when I seen other people's videos, I start to really feel bad for her though, bro, to be honest, because it's starting to feel like everyone is trying to like attack her and bring her down. And in our culture, you know, as you probably see, because I see it a lot on my timeline, people always say, oh, we're super quick to tear each other down. Black women don't like to, bring down other black women. But right now, it seems like they're taking full advantage of bringing down this black woman. And I could understand, right? Like, if she's done something wrong, if she's not a doctor, because it's not clarified, it's not verified yet if she is or she isn't. But if she is, who does that really affect though? Like, it doesn't really affect anyone else. Like, I think everyone is making it their own business to try to devalue this woman, even if she's not a doctor or a licensed therapist. It doesn't really take away what she's done. I don't think what she's done. I don't think what she's been doing is pretty bad. But I know from a legal point of view that that could be something. But I don't know. I would say I feel bad though, bro. I think a lot of people are just attacking her right now, man. I would say the only people that should be affected by this is the people that did book her consultations. I don't know. I mean, do you think that do you think this is really like affecting those people that's making videos about it?
It's distasteful. You say you feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. By no means am I saying her voice doesn't matter, that she shouldn't be able to go on platforms, that she shouldn't do podcast episodes. I saw the one she did with Shannon Sharp. I believe she did one with Cam Newton. Also, I seen like clips from that pop up on the timeline. By no means am I saying that the sister doesn't deserve her space in that. But be true. Don't dance around what it is, what certifications you have, what certifications you don't. Myself, pursuing going into the education field, there's a lot of duties that I'm tasked with at times. As educators, there's a lot of duties you're tasked with at times, especially as a male educator. Sometimes you have to step in, be that positive male role model. Sometimes you realize, like, hey, something is going on. This child right here needs additional help outside of academics. Now, as an educator, I cannot diagnose a student with anything. That's outside of my job description. And I would say the same thing. Okay, if you're a life coach, then you're a life coach. Then you should claim that straightforward. You shouldn't say, well, when I was doing family therapy, when I was doing therapy in the past, so I decided to open up this family therapy practice. You have to be true. You have to be authentic to what it is you're practicing. And there are individuals who invested years out of their life to go pursue a doctorate degree and earn that, and then put more years on top of that, the same amount, if not doubled, tripled, etc., out of their life to serving the people. And it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about trying to pursue some celebrity status from the work or the work that they claim they do. They were passionate about helping and changing the lives of others. There's a system of all licensed therapists where you can search up their name and find out if they are licensed in that field or not. So the individuals that are saying, hey, look here, Dr. Cheyenne Bryant, she's not a doctor of psychology, or she's not a therapist, they are accurate when they are saying that. And the problem is she has presented herself as such. I feel like that is the main issue here. She has presented herself as something she is not.
But that's
Go
the
ahead.
thing, though. I still do think that like it shouldn't affect anyone else. If it is a form of dishonesty, like, I don't think that should even bother someone. It's I think a little bit of jealousy is mixed in there with a lot of these, because I see there's a lot of females that are calling that out. I seen like one male licensed therapist that spoke about it too. But I think that and you don't really see anyone that's not a person of color that's even speaking about it, right? These are all people that are, black, that's speaking about this. I just want all black people to try to stick together. I think it is good to call out the if this is a fraudulent act, and we'll find out probably soon. Time will tell. For everyone that's listening, I hope that no matter where you are in life, I hope that you get to your goal and keep dreaming. Don't let anyone discourage you, and believe in yourself 100%.